Good evening, this is John, and welcome to your nightly briefing on GNB Now. Here are today's top developments. On January 22nd, President Donald Trump issued a strong warning to Russian President Vladimir Putin over the ongoing war in Ukraine. Trump stated that if a peace agreement is not reached soon, the United States will have no choice but to impose high taxes, tariffs, and sanctions on all Russian exports to the U.S. and allied nations. President Trump emphasized Russia's growing economic troubles, including rising inflation and mounting military losses, and urged President Putin to negotiate a resolution quickly. He warned that failure to do so would lead to severe economic consequences, according to The Guardian. Reports suggest that the Trump administration is actively considering additional economic measures, including secondary sanctions aimed at countries such as India and China, which have ramped up imports of Russian oil since the conflict began. Meanwhile, Trump reiterated his willingness to mediate peace talks between Putin and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. However, the path to peace remains complicated. Ukraine has expressed openness to a deal involving NATO membership, something Russia strongly opposes. On the other hand, President Putin has said he is ready for negotiations, but only under conditions favorable to Russia's strategic interests. That's according to the New York Post. In response to Trump's statements, Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov downplayed the threat, calling it nothing particularly new. He noted that the proposed sanctions and tariffs align with past U.S. policies, and referenced respectful discussions with Trump during his first term. This reaction was reported by The Times. However, other reports indicate growing concerns in Moscow. President Putin is reportedly worried about Russia's worsening economy, which is already under significant strain from Western sanctions and the financial burdens of the war. Inflation continues to rise, and distortions in the wartime economy are adding further pressure, according to Reuters. President Trump's warning underscores an effort to increase pressure on Russia, leveraging economic tools to push for an end to the conflict. Whether these actions will lead to meaningful progress remains to be seen. That's your briefing for tonight. Stay tuned for further updates. This is John for GNB Now, signing off. Disclaimer for GNB Now TV News. This news story is an experimental creation by Global Newsbreak, GNB Now, utilizing AI tools for voice and images. The contents are sourced from GNB Now and other news outlets. All images and content within the story are intended for informational purposes only, and we do not claim ownership or copyright over them. AI voiceover credit, Unreal Speech.com